Hey, it's been a while since my last video, but I'm back. Boy, to say my life has been eventful for the past month or so is quite an understatement. So a friend of mine, along with another friend of his, were offered a job in my country, the Netherlands. And so we prepared to meet up in Amsterdam. As a sort of middle ground, because ain't no way I'm going all the way to Zealand. So we met up the day before they would start working. This is where I meet Pablo Escobar for the first time. I mean Kai. Chill dude. We walked basically all day, and man was there no escaping the weed. They kept asking to go to a coffee shop, so I'm personally not a smoker myself. I've never smoked in my life, and also I never did any drugs, so I'm keeping that to the day I die. However, after saying no to my friends who wanted to smoke weed or do shrooms, I told them eventually fine. And we'd go to the place that luckily had an open window, so I could just sit there drinking coke while they smoked weed. But before that, I had to take a dump in the world's worst toilet. First words being, "What kind of toilet is that?" To which the owner was laughing in my face all about it. It was a metal toilet with piss everywhere, and it clearly was a toilet not meant for sitting, and there was really no seat. At first, I tried hovering over it, but I quickly realized if I would do that, then I'd piss all over my pants and shoes. So that's a no-go. I eventually got the idea to use paper towels to make the metal more sittable, to which I finally was able to relieve myself. They got done with their weed and we went to get some coffee, like at a normal chocolate bar, like a chocolate themed cafe, and then we met up with another friend. The day ended with us promising we'd meet again later in the year, after they are done working, and we separated as we went back to our own places, which took a whopping 5 hours due to the many delays, 5 hours and 20 minutes for my friends. And I hear you saying, is that it? Well, no, you see, they got fired. They got fired right after the first day, leaving them stranded with no immediate place to go to. But, no worries.
Fear not, citizens! Hope has arrived, because I am here!
But, oh shit. I've already pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch 2 on the 8th, which already ate up a huge chunk of the money I had left, and then the trip to Amsterdam wasn't particularly cheap either. I then had to accommodate for these 2 people on top of that. I was able to fund the first week, but then I quickly had to pivot to maybe someone else should chip in for now. Cause Lord knows I was not gonna survive the next week otherwise. We mostly played a shit ton of Mario Party Jamboree here, while Kai just make 1,000 screenshots just cause he could. He also won far too many times, or got very close to winning. And a bit later, Mario came with a brilliant idea to go to a pub near us, which ended up being a great time, as it was also my first time in any pub, and the first time in ages since I went clubbing. Suffice to say, Kai didn't like clubbing, and also he did not drink any. I mean, he did drink a little bit, but for the most part, he didn't really drink at the pub. Mario was making tons of connections and conversations with people, and I got treated by a nice woman who called me a good kid, which is crazy cause I'm 28 by the way. I got so much free beer, I cannot complain. Also, I'm just saying, I'm not a beer person, but red beer, that's that good shit. Anyways, we got drunk as fuck apart from Kai. And we made our way home, which honestly, they didn't trust me near the end. They thought I was going a random direction because I was going into the forest at night. At least Kai was decent enough to follow me, even though he's afraid of the dark. Anyways, we got back home, and the next day they finally decided it was then or never. They will go to Groningen to get shroomed the fuck up. When they got back with the shrooms, as they aren't taking them in Groningen, they're taking them at home, because that's probably more safe. When they got back with the shrooms and used them, I had to deal with this shit for the next few hours. Also, I forgot to tell you, but all this time I had trouble sleeping, because these guys cannot sleep at reasonable times. And when they do sleep, Kai over here walks as if he's fucking Bowser. Love you, Kai, but really, learn to be a gentleman. We also had a day where we decided to go for a night ride. Me on the e-scooter, Mario on the big bike, Kai on the little itty-witty bike for baby cuckoos. It was during the night and all we saw basically nothing but Minecraft flatlands though. And I didn't know that a lot of changes were happening in my neighborhood, so a lot of the things that used to be there, they weren't there anymore. The cycling path wasn't working, like it was being rebuilt, and so we had to go all these different roads. Eventually they were hella tired. I wasn't tired because I was on the e-scooter obviously. However, the day after that trip I got sick as fuck. And then it arrived, the last day. We still had some time left, so I wanted to quickly show them Dutch fried fish and the Dutch special frappe, which was a iced coffee stroopwafel edition. As you can see, we had a very social experience right here.
Tio! Still want to fight? I want to beat your sorry ass.
We cycled back home to get them ready, to get their belongings, and make them go back to Italy. All in all, I can say this shit was super eventful. Last year I met Mario and my other friend, and that already was a life-changing experience.
I don't know, do we gotta make a video? Shit.
I remember this shit in the morning.
I will not remember this shit, that's why I'm filming it. I'm just expecting shit to go wrong. Man, shit.
What, is that milk?
It is milk, bro.
Fault.
It is milk. This shit looks kinda nice, bro.
Look at end your fucking life, bro. That's good.
It actually had some cup. Shit.
Biggest donor.
Biggest donor? It's
They
gotta be
take
him.
4 sips.
It's gotta be you. You're the biggest donor among us for sure.
Challenge. First player to say please in another language can give out 3 forfeits.
Alsjeblieft. I was faster.
Yeah, but I was singing.
1 hour later.
But having them over for like 2 weeks, definitely it feels like you learn even more. Not gonna lie, they were sometimes testing my limits because everything was going very not according to how I treat everything. But that's usually because I'm not used to having people over for this long. Plus, they're both men. So there was no consistency. But all in all, I enjoyed the experience and truly hope they find another place to work at. And if you want to see Kai's video about the situation, he goes far more in detail and has a far better video for it. Check it out, I've linked it in the description. In any case, see you in the next video. Bye bye.